and welcome back to Breath of Fire 3. So, the last episode, well, I'm still working out this proper kinks of how to record this. So, there might be some weirdness going on regarding video quality and something like, and all like that. But hey, I'm doing it as I feel proper, alright? And once again, a little bit fight, but last time the unlucky bandits figured out a plan to go and raid Mr. Bunyan's house. Yeah, Bunyan's house, because well, the big guy isn't home, so. And I did quite a lot of level grinding for about an hour to get myself to, well, mostly to get money to have the best set of equipment for everybody. And also, which of course gave also quite a big number of experience points as well. And in this game, at least, I quite staunchly say that there is no over-leveled in this game. Because, especially at the beginning, the game can be quite challenging regarding combat encounters at the beginning. Even though I'm doing quite efficiently taking out enemies at this pace already. Yeah, there's quite the random encounter rate in this game is quite a high. But going to this way, and we should be approaching to Mr. Bunyan's home. Yeah, they are all in these little areas. Yeah, no wonder that not many people would want to live in this place, because it seems to be dangerous with all these monsters around. And hostile wildlife. Which of course might make people around here very tough. But here he lives. Alright. Yeah, nice little funny detail that they made a thing about Ray having a long, big bushy tail swiping things about. Nothing here, nothing in the barrel, but if you use the camera, there's a basement. A cellar. Piles of wood. Yeah, because he's a wood chopper, of course there would be wood and a cupboard. And he's got some food around here, meat. I think that's kind of funny sound. It's some sort of humorous bird being mangled. And no, not even a funny squeal. But nothing's here, and there's only one way out, so games already tells that, yep, just leave. I get ambushed by your big guy Bunyan. Yep. Is kind of cynical, but it seems that Bunyan was all about some sort of quest. So now we have a little bit of a mini game. Oh yeah. So it's a timing-based puzzle. Yeah, there's a log. Once you start to follow, strike. And knowing that Ryu is able to chop down a piece of firewood with just basically one sword strike, it means that he's very strong. But then again, the game has already showed you that, yep, he might be. So now there's only 2 people in the team, and of course Bunyan doesn't really bother to do any kind of help in this kind of encounter. But now it would be a little bit of a quest of trying to actually now go and go after Ray. Yeah, you got some money and all that. I don't know, I haven't heard any kind of turn of phrase like that, but might be a real one. But just left the forest. So, and now there's this mysterious area where to go, so that would be Mount Glaus. And of course there will be monster critters around here. But Ryu and Tempo at this base are so potent enough that they can be, these basic monstrosities can just be defeated with a regular just charging through them. And of course, there being less team to worry about means that experience points come faster. I think that's not what was wanted, but hey, that's what's supposed to, that's what happens. golden heads are kind of iconic enemies, and as do the eye-hopping goo monsters. They tend to be kind of iconic and part of Breath of Fire brand enemies. Although, in that kind of sense, the Breath of Fire, as much as you could say basic enemies goes, has kind of bizarre identity. Hell, even the basic continuity of the games is quite vague. Although most of them do have the basic idea of that they are. There's somebody called Ryu associated with dragons, which would make it very much the same as Street Fighter franchise, which also has main character called Ryu and associated with dragon. But in that case, it's completely different way. Maybe Capcom doesn't have particularly original good imagination. So let's just blast out the most powerful attack spell I had and blow that thing out. Yeah, those goos don't tend to be particularly, you could say, interesting enemies to face. Just skip through that. Alright, so a man trap is some kind of an enemy. He's quite an enemy which looks more scary than it is, but thankfully it always comes to battle asleep, so you can you always get the initiative regarding it. Because it can take a lot of damage, and it can also dish out a lot of quite big damage at this phase of the game. Not here. Came to here. Come on, there's just so much of these critters that it's kind of frustrating because there's quite a little bit of, you could say, screen to see what way you are going. Which of course means that there will be quite lots of this kind of quite confusing wandering about, especially at this phase of the game where there's and this forest area isn't particularly easily navigated. Yeah, but another chest. Let's hope I'm now going to the right direction towards Mount Klaus. Just charge through these. Alright, now I got through this little area. Just a little navigational puzzle of get to the game area. But now here's the Mount Klaus. Klaus. I don't know. With the new music, way more sinister sounding than its previous one was. And more of these puff goos. They can jump, defend, they defend. But let's just charge through them. he dropped a healing herb. And I would say that this 3D space makes it kind of jarring to navigate, because it's not always that easy to figure out where you are supposed to be going. So let's just charge through. Not particularly, you could say, intimidating enemies, but when they are very numerous, it becomes quite intimidating. And I would say that, and you can also say that the Mount Zublo is the first full-scale dungeon, lacking the better term of this game, as in that it's a place with you have to get through. There's puzzles, or not so much puzzles, but there's challenges, plenty of enemies, and it is not basically shown to be any kind of civilized area. It's basically one of these wilderness things, which are quite common, you could say, game design things, even from the pen and paper era of role-playing games. This one is from that. Obviously, these kind of areas are in depth to even to that era. And despite the enemies appearing in different kind of formations, there really isn't any, you could say, meaningful enemy back row, front row organizations, which I would say is kind of simplistic in design. There's front row, there's back row, and that's it. Or would I say there's just enemy mob, and that's it. But the setting is still looks quite nice, and even though quite, you could say, tiny resolution textures of the rock faces make it way more interesting. It seems that the night is falling. Sinister sounding birds singing. Alright. Oh. Well, we were lucky. Yes. This must be some sort of mountain hut. Alright. Oh, Bonnie seems to know things, but that would be kind of, you could say, plot point, which, well, yeah, foreshadowing would come way later than here. That's the quest part, and he is the biggest and strongest of these bandits, so Ray's got had some sort of ace in his sleeve, but now he is afraid to use it. Now I got a good night's sleep. And a monster roar. There it is. It's big and scary looking. boss fight, proper boss fight of the game way. So let's just try to start with the basic pilfering and then just use the offensive magics. So it's a matter of just making the attack. Chlorine is basically attack which can also poison, so it's kind of not pleasant to be at the receiving end of. Let's just make a basic set of attacks because it's gonna escape. Nothing about that. But now I'm at the hut. I can still just take a good old-fashioned rest and then of course take and save my progress because I already got a quite big. Nope, I already got one. So this is kind of nice and convenient. You can use this place also as a quite handy as a way to level up more. But so let's just save, and these dragon shrines are kind of, well, they are the field save spots, in addition to big diaries that you may also find. And they are also harkened to the, you could say, completed the first Breath of Fire, which had dragon statues as save spots, as was in, and it's basically something like a god of travelers, known as, or form. And they are the enemy. They were the basically critters which were about to eat Ryu when he was discovered. But they basically are just a regular critter that you find in this game already. Oh, it didn't have anything. Quite good sum of money, so let's just go to the cave and see what's going on in here. Track it down. Hunting down the monster to its lair. Yeah, there's a clear path that, where it's not taken. And of course, everybody knows that monster which has been injured is the most dangerous kind of monster. And there's even undead monster around here. Zombie. And they are quite tough. But at quite comfortable amount of level grinding, they are not that dangerous. Kind of annoying. But there was nothing special in here. But there's a pile of trash and junk around here. Kind of abstract, but it does have a slight appearance of the big pile of bones. And there was some sort of bat enemy as well, which didn't even drop anything. Kind of waste of effort to fight it. But Molotovs are basically portable fire attacks. Not that useful, but still quite handy. decided just to make use of the influence ability, which is kind of interesting thing to do. Yeah, I can keep striking, but because I now use the influence, confused enemies attack who I targeted with influence, which is really kind of funny ability that if you notice that the enemy is confused. So now it's just open up the pathway and just beat them down or fix these things. Yeah, because they're confused, they can also like smack each other as well. And that's kind of funny. I would say that was much more intimidating looking mob than it was really intimidating. Just another little extra location to explore. Regular way of attacks. It's very recommended to use stealing ability if you can. Raise Kata, I would say one of the most better stealing abilities this genre has, because well, it works. It's quite reliable in the sense that in its stealing ability, and even if it doesn't steal, it still does some minor damage. Which of course makes it way more easy to... makes it much more worthwhile to use, because well, Ray is already quite good at attacking already. So he doesn't... so you can just make use of him like as you could expect. There doesn't seem to be much reason to make you use. Let's just make a charge. Yes. And they went down. But I'm still tracking the blood spray. Yeah, that guy doesn't... yeah, that guy didn't look too good. Well, there is a way, and I partially already explored it. But it doesn't really matter. Enemy scattered. Money, loot stolen from him. Not like how would they actually get loot from these monstrosities is unknown, but it's still quite nice to notice that the geography has some, you could say, resemblance to to the actual game, that, as in that it looks like this would be something above that cave room, because it's in kind of weird angle. Just basic attack spray. Alright, quite nice stat boosts, but no money. Bats don't carry money. Well, it's kind of a only plan which we can make use of, so of course he's right. Oh yeah, of course. And that cave was quite a sinister looking thing, but get in. Yeah. Not particularly pleasant experience. Oh, that was a nice little animation detail about Tico's hair. Blood trail is getting thicker. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was lurking, now it attacks us. Yeah, it's stubborn, it doesn't want... Nope. Yes, the first proper real boss fight of the game. So let's just make use of the Pilfer, Simon, and also let's make use of the and interestingly enough, Ryu is the one who has the healing spells of the game. So, but there would be a little bit moment that where you could say that it goes a bit different. Alright. And whenever you hit it, it's gonna counter-attack. It's got this new stomp attack, which... Now, I have no idea what does the dialogue mean when it's spoken during the spells. Huh? I think that it doesn't do that much of damage because of, I would say, quite liberal amount of extra level work. And of course, reprisal doesn't counter its new counter attack. And I would say that the spell, the Tapo spell, does quite big, nice chunk of damage to it. So let's just give it an attack. Oh, no sound effect or anything, just howling. Yep, got some loot. Ouch, that hurt. To make use of the heal spell, because Ryu has taken the most damage. Oh, now it doesn't have any loot left. Yeah, that jolt was basically its catch in a hole, ace in a sleeve moon. Ah, it was burned. Quite nice chunk of experience points. slew the monster, we are heroes, but... Oh, that's strange. A little bit of a short moment to show that it is not that black and white, because it was a monster was not deliberately malevolent. It was trying to feed its offspring, but they're dead, so that gives it a bit more tragic angle. All the effort that the monster did to get food for them was for nothing. And I think that's a cut. And I would say that this game has shows quite a lot of using that kind of, you could say, and I'm using all these stat boosting items on Ryu because, well, he's the hero of the story. I don't think there's any moment in this game in which you are not playing with him. So let's just leave this place. Where is dead? Get out from that mess. And Bunyan. Yeah, he had a cat. He knew it. Well, I guess we succeeded in the quest. That's kind of blunt, cold statement from Bunyan. Yeah, autumn went, spring came. Oh, looks much more greener and lighter and better. looks like we got a little bit of a more quest that the autumn's over, or maybe it was winter and there's not much snow around here. But spring is here. And conditions are way better. So it would be just a matter of getting through to a much more vibrant and lush looking setting. Still some enemy critter facings. Just basically trying doing some regular wipe out monstrosities. Just another little charge right here. One strike and it's out of existence. Good. Wasn't particularly keen on fighting that. But now, as I have actually gone a little bit of and the region is a bit different, and there's this little area did actually open. So let's just see what kind of bizarre thing is going on in here. There's this big guy, strange looking guy. So let's just talk. Oh, he's a wizard, I guess. Oh, well. Yeah. So the great wizard is in a trouble. Bad deal because he wants all the money, and it doesn't say how much I would have to be, so it would of course be way more efficient for me to not have much money at all, have as little money as possible to have it before recruiting myself to that. And masters affect what kind of stats you get while leveling up. So they really are, and of course, in addition, once you level up, they also give you you can get extra spells from them. But let's just go. See what's going on. Yeah. That's sinister looking. Murderous mob with pitchforks, shovels, and hoes. Well, not necessarily, because Bunyan was using blackmail. Oh. Well, you didn't misjudge. Well, at least now we are heroes, which is a good thing. there's this one sinister guy. There. Oh. Yeah, that guy's shady. Loki, that's sinister. I think Bunny and Mike have been able to do it. Sure, yeah, what's the age? Well, he's wandering about, and he gave us a meeting spot. Well, there's a big score about to be we are planning, but that we already got enough weaponry for that purpose. And I really can't see any special rate being given. Ammonias are basically allowed to resurrections, so I'm just gonna buy as much of all this handy stuff. Now I got only as little money as I can get, so let's just now go and say hello to Mr. Migas, who's about to get himself fleeced by all to my body and how much I had. I have 5 zeti, which is might be something not worth much. But hey, it's all my money, so it's a fair deal, you know. And he basically works on something like a... Well, yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah. Alright, yeah, it's... Okay, yeah, it's a great deal. Let's put all of them into that to study under with him. Even though later once they are more apparent, more masters available, you wanna spin them around, maybe basically get more emphasis on your abilities, or maybe less emphasis on your weaknesses, as into you can make your strong parts stronger or your weak parts less weak. But also let's just show up the camp function with a camp button. Of course, it's a chance to the heroes build a big camp with a nice tent and big fire, and there's a chance to have a chat with all these characters. So it is time to actually take a rest. And of course also, and with that also chance a basic save, and that would end this episode right here, because next time it is time to start looking at what kind of sinister plans Mr. Loki has. So I'll be seeing you next time. See ya!